Welcome to Hirafu. In today's video, we're exploring one of the main ski villages in Niseko and covering some of the best places to eat and some hidden gems. One big favor before we dive in is to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you like content like this. Let's go. Niseko has four main villages that serve as its primary ski resort areas: Hirafu, Niseko Village, Anupuri, and Hanazono. We're going to explore Hirafu, which is the largest and most developed village, featuring most of Niseko's accommodations, restaurants, bars, and nightlife. It's considered the main hub for international visitors. If you're staying in Niseko Village or Hanazono, there's a free shuttle bus that takes you around the area and drops you off at the Hirafu Welcome Center. There's also the Niseko United Shuttle that connects all four main ski resorts, and it's free for those with an all-mountain lift pass. Otherwise, you'll need to pay a fare. Hirafu has some of the largest winter equipment shops in the area. Boot Solutions has a location in Niseko Village, but inventory can be limited. If you want a wider range of options, then visit the location in Hirafu. This is where Sebastian got fitted for custom zip-fit boot liners. You can also get a full custom fitting here. The other popular shop is Rhythm, where you can find custom boot fitting and snow gear. Walking around the village, you'll find multiple spots with food truck parks. You can find a wide range of food, from ramen, gyozas, kebabs, and pizza. It's good to have some cash on hand since not all of the food trucks take credit card. Next up is Elvis King of Kebab. So one of the boot fitters basically told us this was the best kebab he's ever had, so we had to try it. Super flavorful. So it's like a trio of meats in here. So I do see chicken, I do see some beef, and it's probably some mixture of lamb as well. There's also cabbage and tomatoes. The sauce is really good, keeps you nice and warm, especially on a cold, snowy night like this. There's a cute coffee shop and got a matcha latte to warm up. Oh, that's really good. So it is nice and creamy, and I didn't get any sweetener in it, so it's like pure matcha taste. Perfect for a cold, snowy day. Next up, we have mini donuts. So these are fresh out of the fryer, and you have the option of getting just plain or some caramel and whipped cream or chocolate sauce. And we got some caramel on there. It comes in packs of 6, 12, and 24. So I went with like the kitty pack. So pack of 6 here. Yeah, these are made fresh and are piping hot, or I guess with the cold, might not be hot anymore. Okay, let's try it out. It's like biting into a cloud. It's still hot on the inside, but the dough is like nice and fluffy. Definitely recommend getting it if it's fresh out of the fryer. For dinner today, we're in Hirafu and we're trying a ramen pop-up. It's pretty cool. Once you walk past Lawson's, you'll see like a clear tent, kind of like an igloo looking thing, and you order on screen and take a seat at the igloo. So we did get dipping noodles since we haven't had it on this trip yet, so it's one of my favorite. It's like a really concentrated broth, and then you dip the toppings in there. Then we did get the set where you pour water in it after, and it's like this nice broth for you to drink along with some rice. So pretty excited for that, and start off with some hot tea. Cheers. So we have the noodles in one bowl without the broth, and then a super concentrated broth in the other bowl, and it's like super hot. So that's what you do. Take some noodles, dip it into concentrated broth, and then you eat it. And the noodles absorb the flavor. It's like really good. There's also pork. Oh, no one saw that. Yeah, perfectly soft-boiled egg and perfectly tender pork. So for the concentrated broth, you don't drink it right away. If you do, it might feel a little too salty. So after you finish with the noodles, they'll give some hot water to dilute it, and then you drink it as a soup with some rice. So I'm going to work on these noodles. Part 2 is here. So you just dilute the soup with some hot water, and then we have a rice ball to eat it with soup. So you put the rice ball inside of the soup. And let's try it. The rice absorbed all the flavor, so it's kind of like rice soup. Well, I guess it is rice soup, but yeah, it's pretty good, not too salty. And there's also a side of kimchi. Yeah, pretty good. Definitely recommend stopping by if this pop-up is around while you're in Hirafu. One pro tip is to make reservations if you want to dine at some of the more popular restaurants in Hirafu, since they're in high demand and they don't take walk-ins if the restaurant is fully booked. Prices can also be pretty aggressive since it's a ski village that caters to tourists. We didn't plan anything in advance, so we were walking around and found this hidden izakaya. Compared to the other restaurants in Hirafu, the Shabu menu prices looked very reasonable. For dinner, we're at a place called Ichiyaka, which is the name of the restaurant, and we are having Shabu. So this one is today's special, and it's A4 Wagyu, which is why it's a little pricier than the normal Wagyu. If you look at the marbleization on the meat, it's super marbleized. You can tell it's A4. So Shabu is basically hot pot, or like the Asian version of fondue. They take the raw meat, you dip it into the pot until it's like fully cooked or cooked to your preference, and then you dip it in sauce and eat it. In this case, we have the sauce here. All right, let's try it. It's pretty good. You can tell it's a high quality piece of meat. If you take out the meat at the perfect timing, it's like melt in your mouth good. Inside the pot is also a bunch of vegetables. So we have like the cabbage, mushrooms, carrots, tofu, and then I did order a side of udon just so we have some type of carb. Pretty good. So Sebastian was still hungry and we ended up ordering a side of lamb. The lamb was not as much as the A4 Wagyu. Extra lamb per 200 grams is 2,400. And then he also got extra udon noodles because he's super hungry. He was skiing for 7 hours today, so he needs to replenish the energy. So we have some lamb. Not bad. I think lamb's a solid option. So if you were to do the lamb hot pot by itself, it'd be 3,400. Not bad for the price. I think this is a solid pick if you didn't make reservations for any places and you're in the mood for shabu. One of our favorite spots is Bar Du Plus, also known as the Hidden Fridge Door. We arrived at 8 p.m. after dinner and had to wait around 20 minutes to get seated. I recommend getting there before 8 p.m. if you don't want to wait. The entrance is disguised as an old fridge door, adding to the speakeasy style charm. Once inside, you'll find a cozy, dim-lit space with vintage decor, jazz music, and one of the best whiskey and cocktail selections in town. The menus are super cute and hand-drawn each season. We ordered the hot apple pie, which tasted like a warm apple cider, the milk punch, and a spiced hot wine. Each cocktail was around 1,700 to 2,500 yen. These are some of the most unique and high-quality cocktails we've had. If you're in Hirafu, I definitely recommend stopping by this bar. If you're taking the free Niseko shuttle bus, I recommend stopping by Milk Kobo, which is Niseko's legendary dairy farm cafe. Hokkaido is famous for its high-quality dairy products. Everything is made with fresh milk from the dairy farm next door, which is known for its rich and creamy Hokkaido milk. Ice cream is a must-try in my book, and if you have room for more sweets, go for the baked cheese tarts, cheesecake, and cream puffs. If you're looking for souvenirs to take home, here's a gift shop with a wide variety of cakes and chocolates. Overall, we really enjoyed exploring Hirafu and trying a handful of local restaurants. Don't be afraid to go off the beaten path from the main street and find some hidden gems. If you made it this far in the video, leave a fridge emoji down in the comments below and I'll try to heart and respond. My question to you is, what would you want to try on this list? And if you've been to Niseko, what are your go-to spots to eat? Let me and everyone else know down in the comments below. See you in the next one.